Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that dominates in today's edition for Tuesday, 17th June 2025, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. A Bajan senator links present-day violence to ancestral scars. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
Welcome back. Minister in the Prime Minister's office with responsibility for culture, Senator Dr. Chantal Monroe-Knight, says much of the violence occurring in today's society relate to scars inherited from our ancestors. She was speaking at a ceremony to commemorate the Coffee Bust submersion in Spikestown, Barbados. In her address, the senator stated that our ancestors had to fight to attain even a semblance of freedom. She believes that this violent legacy has been passed down through generations and continues to affect the youth today. The minister says there is no simple fix, and addressing the issue will require a major collaborative effort to dismantle this inherited mindset and foster a more positive environment.
When we see the violence and the concern about the state of our society now, again, we contend with it only in the present. Our concern is only about what has happened now. The story of reparations, though, challenges us to recognize that it is that legacy that still shapes us and still defines, like I said before, who we are and how that is expressed. And the unfortunate thing is that as a people, we haven't connected with the fact that we are now expressing that violence against ourselves. It's something that as a society we need to be able to recognize, that it isn't just about what we see, it's about those scars that are embedded. And how we treat to those scars that are embedded is not going to be in a moment. It is not going to only be about how the police reacts. It is not only about what government does now. But it is in initiatives like this is what we are attempting to do in the season of emancipation and regathering and the monument to the family and the renaming. It is all of that because it is connecting with our culture, fundamentally connecting with our history and our legacy, and that sense of pride and that spirit of resistance that is also part of the answer.
Transport and Civil Aviation Minister in Trinidad and Tobago, Eli Zakor, says now is the time for bold decisions and innovations in Trinidad and Tobago as that country navigates economic and infrastructural transitions. He was speaking at the American Chamber of Commerce of Trinidad and Tobago's 32nd Annual General Meeting and Business Forum on Friday last. More in this TTT News item with Mahalia Joseph Wharton.
Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Eli Zakor said Trinidad and Tobago cannot afford to stand still in the face of global uncertainty. He said government must help create the right conditions for growth, even amid economic challenges.
We are called to create an enabling environment that allows businesses to thrive, even in times of uncertainty. This means investing in high-quality infrastructure, modernizing regulations, building institutional agility, improving the ease of doing business, and unlocking sectors that drive long-term economic growth.
The minister highlighted upgrades in the aviation sector, including technological improvements at local airports.
The Airports Authority is in its final stages of piloting machine learning and AI technologies to support vehicle and perimeter surveillance, passenger flow monitoring, and overall airport management through smart operation centers.
He assured that security at the Piarco International Airport is also being strengthened. Minister Zukur said the authority is working with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to establish a permanent police post at the airport. The minister confirmed that bilateral air service agreements are expanding the country's international aviation reach.
The government has approved the signing of bilateral air services agreements with Rwanda, Dominican Republic, Brazil, and Colombia, with others at advanced stages.
He said the ANR Robinson International Terminal in Tobago is expected to boost visitor arrivals and business activity.
This facility will increase visitor arrivals, support air cargo, logistics growth, and open up new private sector concession opportunities across duty-free, retail, and services.
As it pertains to public transport, the minister said real-time commuter tracking is on the way. The minister said transportation and aviation are not just enablers, but catalysts for national transformation.
These sectors connect us to global markets, enable trade and tourism, empower communities with access and opportunity, reduce the cost of doing business, and serve as major engines of job creation.
He said government remains committed to smarter infrastructure, stronger partnerships, and systems that support sustainable growth. Mahalia Joseph Wharton, TTT News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick,
in association with our friends at
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The Import-Export Bank of Trinidad and Tobago said it has provided close to 200 locally based manufacturers with over US $1 billion in foreign exchange since 2018. This TTT News item provides details.
Speaking at the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber's launch of its Champions of Business Awards, Exim Bank's Manager of Marketing and Business Development, Sheldon Thomas, reaffirmed the bank's commitment to empowering local exporters and small businesses through strategic financial support. He emphasized the bank's role in facilitating growth in the non-energy export sector, noting that this is particularly done through its foreign exchange and SME financing initiatives.
Since the launch of the manufacturing forex facility in mid-2018, we have served over 190 manufacturers by providing a total of US $1.1 billion forex support since inception and delivered over TT 169 million in funding over the last 2 years for equipment to facilitate and support private sector capital investment.
Also highlighted the bank's recent innovations to expand access to foreign exchange and capital for SMEs across various sectors.
Expanded our service offerings to more SMEs in a variety of sectors following the launch of the Catalytic Fund in February 2025 at the TT Chamber Catalyst SME Conference and the SME Forex Window Pilot Program in April 2025. The fund is a leading facility which provides a customizable financing solution designed to support SMEs at various stages of growth.
In other news, 12 people arrested in an over $27 million lottery scheme, where some high-end vehicles were also seized in an anti-lottery scamming bust. TVJ's Krista Campbell reports.
High-end vehicles, millions of dollars in cash, plus other items confiscated by the police in a major anti-lottery scam crackdown across several communities in St. James. Deputy Superintendent Dave Brown, who heads the anti-lottery scam unit at the Police Area 1 headquarters in St. James, says Operation Scam Done Justice Run was launched on Thursday.
Over those 3 days, we've confiscated over $27 million in cash, 19,780 US dollars, 200 Canadian, and 380 pounds. We've also seized a number of electronic devices to include laptops, cell phones, latches cam paraphernalia, lead sheets. We've also arrested over 12 persons.
He says the operation took place in Bogue Village, Rhine Park, Rosemount, as well as in and around the town of Montego Bay. He stressed the initiative will continue as police increase the pressure on scammers who are connected to gang activities that help push up shootings and murders.
We have also seized a number of high-end motor cars. These include 3 Benz motor cars, 3 BMWs, 3 Toyota Crowns, Foxy, as well as a Mark X. These criminals normally try to hide their money by funneling them through these pop-up car marts, and we intend to use our investigative arms within the JCF, that's the Financial Investigative Division, and JCF, so to try to trace these monies and to see their origin.
DSP Brown stressed that, like the rest of the island, St. James has been seeing a reduction in murders, and the police are bent on maintaining that break. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
The U.S. Department of Homeland Security said it has begun notifying hundreds of thousands of Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans that their temporary permission to live and work in the United States has been revoked and that they should leave the country. Larry Seward of CBS Miami has more.
Homeland Security's Assistant Secretary said migrants abuse this program and ending it is common sense policy. People we met here tonight, though, mostly feel afraid. Outside El Aripaiso and Doral, Judith Calderon's worries about her neighbors flowed near the gas pump. Emails from Homeland Security warned Cubans, Nicaraguans, Venezuelans, and Haitians here with special permission to leave the country or face deportation.
It's heartbreaking. I have a lot of patients that are under the same, situations, and there's just tearing people apart, tearing families apart.
The move upsets Paul Christian Namfrey too. He works with South Florida's Family Action Network. They help migrants here adjust to life and chase the American dream.
You are basically driving a dagger into the heart of the entire community, because these are mixed status families that are going to be torn apart.
2 years ago, more than 500,000 people facing crisis in their homeland landed in the U.S. with permission through a parole program created by the Biden administration. President Trump canceled that program, and last month the U.S. Supreme Court upheld that decision.
They are moving forward because the Supreme Court said they don't have to wait for the entire case to be litigated. They're able to move forward now.
That means people in the program immediately lost legal status. South Florida Congresswoman Sheila Sherfilis McCormick feels it's an attack on communities she represents.
What it's going to do is actually impact us economically. Most of these workers are people who have working papers.
This move follows travel bans and restrictions on 19 countries announced last week. It also comes as immigration protests rage in California. Most people we met in Doral did not want to speak on camera out of fear. One man told us he worries about being followed or questioned for helping someone he thought was here legally. Calderon sees some of her physical therapy patients doing the same.
And some of the patients, they're scared to even drive or to even go to their therapies because of the whole situation, because they just don't know.
Congressman Sherfilis McCormick told me that she's also concerned about nonprofits who are also under fire, Jim. She says the Department of Homeland Security contacted 213 about helping migrants that could be here illegally. She says 4 of those nonprofits are in South Florida. She says they've done nothing wrong, and she is concerned about what happens next. We're live in Doral. Larry Seward, CBS News, Miami.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we
Quintillion Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.